is a day that my Father has made. I will rejoice. Jah, I thank you for this morning. Oh, it's a brand new day. Little bird, they're thanking and they sing. So let's all get down and pray.
Good night, teacher and the prof fans, subscribers, well wishers. Welcome to another episode. And I can tell you, as usual, we have very interesting topic to discuss. So, as usual, we're asking you to just engage. I know. So, as usual, I have my host, Prof. Well, go on, Prof.
There, party, there. Subscribers, well wishers, fans, and all that. Welcome to another segment. What do you think about this new bargaining system? If you plead guilty, your time is cut in half. Could there be no?
Your time is not cut in half, you know. Your time can be cut in half. But you still leave it to the discretion of the
Judge's discretion, yes.
judge
Well,
still have the final say whether him a go work with the plea bargain or not. Which I found strange at first. I thought it was written in stone, even for the judge. I'm learning differently that the judge still has his discretion whether to follow the plea bargain between the prosecutor and the defense lawyer, and or go with what the law gave him, the range that the law gave him,
right.
right? Can go maximum still, although you're expecting a 5. And I feel that it's wrong because me I look on something like a Bill Cosby case. When
So
you
you're
promise me
thinking, you think the plea,
that the judge's discretion should have been binded by the plea bargain. All right. Scenario.
the judge's decision shall be binded by the plea bargain.
All right. It should have been restricted
So it shouldn't be
with
up to the judge's discretion.
not in that. Yeah, I've said that. He loses his discretion if there's a plea bargain agreement, and it should be.
Why is that? So you're saying his hand should be tied?
His hand should be tied. What am I saying?
Why is that?
I said it before, and then I get confirmation when I say Bill Cosby case. I'm actually, I mean, those are two different scenarios, but in principle, I actually mirror them in principle.
Right.
Bill Cosby said what he said because the DSA you won't be prosecuted if you said what you said.
Right.
Another DSA don't care about the plea. I don't care about the arrangement, the agreement. I know the information now that you say, I'm going to use it against you. And now it's wrong. If you come to an agreement, it's binding. Whether the day come after, tomorrow, 1 year after, 2 years after, 3 years after, once it is documented that a DA made an agreement with you, every subsequent day have to be it's like government. A government do something and then vote out on the new government. The new government have to abide by the old government whatever the old government implement. Because government have no color, government have no face. Government is government. Right? So if come home now, the DA or the prosecutor in Jamaica case, because we use prosecutor, and the defense lawyer arrange and say, I am going to incriminate myself. My client is going to incriminate themself. I say, plead guilty. Because them not have to plead guilty. So, but if I'm going to plead guilty because you offer me a deal.
A lesser sentence.
And I said, what is that deal? And it's a lesser sentence. I can cut a 20 year into 10 year. I can cut a 10 year into 5 years. And I said, me work with the 5 years. I'm guilty. Now we support time. Me work with the 5 years. You go to the court and the judge say, what you plea? And say guilty. And the prosecutor said, we have struck a plea bargain and arrangement, and we urge the court to abide by the agreement. The judge now turned and said, no, 10 years maximum. Me now abide by it because I still don't have to abide by it. Then why the person should have pleaded guilty?
And I've seen that happen before, and I don't understand. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Is that you have the plea bargain and you don't have the plea bargain. When I argue either way, whether plea bargain good and bad, about getting up. I'm just saying that if you have something implemented, the judge must be held.
Abide by.
Abide by it.
Yeah.
Unless it not make sense.
Yeah, the one reason for me to plead guilty is because
I offer me something.
Why?
A judge did it the other day, and the argument come up.
Where, in Jamaica or abroad?
Jamaica. And it come up, and I am saying that criminals have sense too, and lawyers have sense, we presume.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we have confidence now of the law defense lawyer and the criminal to plead guilty if they're not sure if it will benefit me or not. Now I just plead guilty and get I'm going to try to fight my case.
I mean, so the Attorney General or the prosecutor, they have been pushing this plea deal to lighten the caseload. Or clear up the caseload.
Yeah.
Right?
And a lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people think they have a benefit the criminals.
Right. Because people say, to make the justice system foolishness.
But they must understand that it's not designed in no country to benefit the accused. It is created to, because there's another punishment, in the justice system, especially Jamaica. The saying go, justice must be swift, right? And failure to do it, it's like you punish the person twice. When you have a case, I linger through, and the person know if
drag out. We have seen people.
Yeah.
We have seen people spend 30 years in prison without being tried.
Yeah. No verdict, no trial, nothing.
No due process.
But we do the time. And Jamaica does have a backlog.
Yes. Because, okay, so for those of you who don't know, I have a history. I have a background in the legal system. I used to work at Supreme Court and also worked at a mid-sized law firm. And just from working at Supreme Court, I worked on the civil side of it, but I know for a fact that, and this is 90s, early 90s, mid 90s, they've had a backlog ever since.
Yep. And the more crime and violence is upon us, is the more the backlog system. And the more efficient the police force becomes, the worse it became. Because the police force, and I must stop and applaud the police force of Jamaica. And I don't bias to call a spade a spade. You have people like that. They won't call the sky blue if they hate the color blue. Well, I have to just be fair. The police force is in Jamaica. They are improving. They
have improved.
There's too much evidence of their improvement not to mention it. And with this improvement, it's going to create a bottleneck at the Justice Department.
Yeah, because we have seen improvement in forensic, as you know.
Ballistic,
ballistic,
fingerprint, general investigative skills,
skills.
commitment, dedication, equipment, leadership,
Right.
all of that together, making them a more efficient force.
So there's a
Give
rise
them
in crime.
rise in crime, and there's a rise in
Police
charges
capability.
and charges. And these charges are go to the court system, and the court system is the same. So the court system can't hang the backlash. So now them say, what other ways we can use? We don't have enough courthouse, we don't have enough judges, and all that stuff there. And we have too many smart ass defense lawyers who
Right.
play the system. Me
I
see
mean-
that person. I'm in juror 2 occasions. Once in the 90s and once in the early 2000s. And may I tell you, this is judge frustrated with lawyers to say, it's 10 times already this case confirmation, and we make no progress.
Adjourn.
It gonna try the next time. And guess what happened the next time? It's not much the same judge. If
Right.
the same judge, it would have tried. It's not much the same judge.
Can be a different judge who don't even want to be bothered.
You ready? For me, both sides ready. Prosecutors are ready long time ready 2 years ago. This is our 11th mention. What happened, Mr. Defense Lawyer? Well, the client, you know, Mr. Case mentioned for many times, this particular one that the judge was brought.
Mhm.
Money.
Was it a criminal? So it was a criminal case?
Yes,
Civil.
criminal. This is Spanish Town Court. Criminal case. Magistrate court.
Yeah, RM.
Yeah. And jury did there for pick, and the man said, boy, and the judge said, I remember the lawyer. I said, this is a case of retainment. Are you retained or are you not retained?
Oh.
He might go around the corner. So she asks, yeah, man. And the man said, well, my mother's supposed to run off the money, Your Honor. And my mother tell me say she run off the money, but him say more and more. And I say, you know, do not work yet. So you mean want more, do not yet.
Oh, so
Do
it's
something more, you get money. So there's a argument, and him now let go the case. Can get money already. So
right.
for refund that. So I milk them for the rest of the money.
Yeah. And you keep adjourning the case because they want the money. So I hold the client hostage. And he can be.
And you multiply that by, we have to know how much similar case where you multiply that. That's about dead exact reason. You
I know
multiply that.
He can be brought up on charges, with the
Bar
association.
Unethical behavior. And what we when the word them practice it? What the bar will find at this stage to collect money?
No, I mean there have been a lot of lawyers disbarred. I know.
No.
I know personally know quite a few.
For that reason, we know what them disbar them for, but for that reason to collect their money.
I would have to look at the case. I would have to look at it.
When them disbar them for thief people.
Yes. That is majority of the case.
That one left, right, and center every year.
Majority.
I know most of them are real estate cases.
Yes. No, yeah, real estate and civil matter where judgment was passed down.
Money.
Yeah.
Money paid and money release.
Right. And there have been a few on probate as well. Estate.
Anything to do with estate is tempting. Anything to do with estate in Jamaica is tempting. Anything to do with estate.
People need to understand that.
But let me tell you this. A lot of them do it, clear with their money and get to it. I have a personal experience. My grandfather's house, my mom's dad.
Yeah.
Died and left it to him kids. My mom be the eldest to his last daughter, right? was 4 of them in all, right? And my mom asked us to get the lawyer, right? To do from the probate come straight down. It go through the system, it sell, the house sell, we get a buyer, and what triggered the thing? Can we know say there's a buyer now, but we will call the lawyer. He might give an excuse. What let him down is that somebody see people move in to the house, the buyers. So it's supposed to be the prospective buyer
Right.
take possession. So I said, no, people don't take possession without paying money.
Yeah.
The deal and the last part of the deal is paying them money. And the lawyer is not going to give the other lawyer to tell the buyer so they can occupy the house if the selling lawyer don't receive the money.
Right. Okay. You have to have a closing.
Right? So do the investigation and I found out that land valuation that deals with title and change of title and
Taxes office.
and change. All that change, that change on. So we get a copy of that. Get a copy of that.
Get the copy. I didn't new owner signature.
And the date. Go to the lawyer office. And I question him normally like I question my phone. Wow, keep it up. You tell me this the last time. So I give you a new story. So at this point now you say, same bullshit.
Yeah.
It was changed and in January and this was now June.
Okay. 6 months.
6 months.
Approximately.
You know what happened? We know, so statements that make like we know that the house has been
sold.
Finalized. I will give date exactly. So just cut the bullshit down. And we did a plea bargain in the sense that we said our aim is not to report you and get to disbarred or anything. Our aim is to just get this done with now today. See the document there? And everything as a proof, say it changed hands and the people occupy the house. From January, them occupy the house. And them have a legal right to occupy the house. So you are the problem. You know the man do? The man call him secretary to the checkbook. Person, company checkbook. And she said, well, I will also want interest rate on, can we have that information? If we have the money from January, I will just get it June now, how much interest would I get for average bank interest? I will not use bank interest because I think CD didn't still permanent in time there. So we use the IRA, use bank interest. And then comes so, if not we calculate it, our figure I use. So we take the money and the interest, tell him the total, and him write the check. Him don't even challenge, the man don't challenge the method of the interest.
So here up now. A lot of people don't know this. But lawyers, they collect your money.
And rinse it, man.
They rinse it, put an interest bearing account, and tie you out for months and earn interest off of your money. And then
Give the principal.
Yeah. Get the principal off of the money. And keep the interest. That's what they do.
And then I get them 3 or 4% off of the principal already.
Right. I'm gonna say I'm doing a civil cases. Accident, man lick you down, It take you 5, 10 years to get a little money. You go there regular every day, then tell her come back this day, that day. The money not come in yet, then they collect the money yet from defendant. While you suffer, you have doctor's bill a pile up. And I'm having money in our bank account to earn interest. And they give the profession a bad name.
A lot of them get caught.
You and I
But
know
not
someone
all.
right now. You and I know someone right now that's going through the same thing, similar to what you mentioned.
But me no know so the person go through crime.
You don't know, I haven't told you. But as somebody we know, it's sad. But back to the plea bargain thing. People need to understand that people need to educate themselves on the judicial system, right? I understand that plea bargain happens almost everywhere, every country. Not every single country, but in most judicial system, plea bargaining is the norm. Jamaica legislation or the criminal or the justice system is not being weak to
I wanted to realize
criminology,
is
to criminal.
is the same system that create the sentences in the first place. It's the same justice system. Say the maximum is that is 10 to 15 years. It's 15 to 20. It's the same justice system. I got turn and say, all right, instead of 20, serve 10 because you save the court time and money and wait. It's the same system. So you can't cuss the system when the system say plea bargain because you compare with the system half a year so to what the system offered. And like it's a different entity create the 20 years in the first place.
And chances are no. This person plead guilty, spend 10 years in prison, right? Or they decided to fight the case, plead innocent, and walk free. Because a lot of times, the prosecution really don't have a strong case enough. The defendant don't know that. So sometimes it's better to offer a plea deal, knowing that your case is not that strong, but at least
a lot of time
yeah.
A lot of the reason them know
the
court is guilty. But I know I'm not strong enough. I was strong enough. I remember saying the person in front of the court is presumed innocent. The remit and duty of the prosecutor to prove the guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. And when you look at what's in front of you, the investigative skills and opportunity and misfortune of the police force, and then give the case file, and say, Jesus, please, what am I going to do with this? What am I going to do with this? This have so much all night. Say, I'm going to use it for the bank and make him get something instead of getting nothing because he's guilty.
I have witness go missing.
Yep. Not for the case, we know you said the witness are missing before the witness got missing. Because we know the reputation.
Right.
Prosecutors know. Yeah.
People fail to understand that every single citizen is entitled to due process. Every citizen. And
no matter what you witness him do wrong, he's still entitled to that.
And that's the reason why I have attorneys to begin with. People say, oh, you can't believe in the defender Monday. It is the law. If every single attorney on the roll for the Bar Association decides not to defend a particular person, the judge the court system can appoint an attorney.
Mm-hmm.
And him have to do a good job. If the court system suspect that this man is not doing the job that he's supposed to be doing to defend this person, he can be disbarred.
Yeah, man. Because
When you
due
go
process.
yeah. Go ahead.
No, because I said, in the end, everybody deserves a fair trial, and due process must be the order of the day. And the judge is the referee that sees, I know, that this happened on behalf of the accused. The judge supposed to be there neutral to walk everybody through the range ups to make sure that this man get a fair trial.
Do these people understand why we have a legal aid system? It is not because people just kind-hearted and want to help the poor. Yes, that is one aspect of it. But a legal aid system is
That wasn't the
premise behind it.
The premise behind which it was created, but it is the reason why it is so heavily used. Mostly poor people use it.
Yeah, because listen, it tells you, when arrested, it tells you if you cannot afford an attorney,
And will be up
will be
to
proper.
you. So,
Innocent until proven guilty.
and I have witnessed court-appointed lawyers, especially one very elderly one, retired lawyer,
Mm-hmm.
came to the system only as legal. Right?
Yeah.
Mr. Cousin, attorney at law Cousin.
Cousins, yeah.
Cousins was at the time when Mr. Cousins was well up in the 70s or 80s. And Cousins does do legal aid. Cousins now try to make the money again. Cousins does help providing people with some sort of justice and fairness. And Cousin win case. Cousin
Right.
case, Mr. Cousin, I do a rape case of a man of his peer. So the defendant is also a 80-year-old man charged with rape. Right? And the victim is a 12-year-old girl. So she borrowed Cousin's name for her mother. When her mother searched her, suspect her, said she had gone with things. Her mother's a bartender. So her mother works at night. So when her mother had work, she had room. Her mother wappy or get her him say something had go on, probably by neighbors or something. And her mother come up early one day and she never did it. So the mother wait her when she come back. The mother do typical some mother do. You draw down panty and insert. Find out if you have sex or not. So the matter is length and width.
The mother do that?
Yeah. Yeah. Little girl mother did that. So she concluded that she has sex. So now the pressure on is who? Let me lock him up. It's who? Let me lock him up. Yeah, just well. Who? She called the 80-year-old neighbor. Yeah. No.
How old is the neighbor? 18?
80.
80?
80.
All right, boss.
So
80.
Yeah. So I tell you, the accused is a cousin of same age. So
It still never registered.
I was a juror on that case, so I listen keenly now. I said, 80-year-old man that gone off prison. And that I got concluded. So I listen what I go on. So in asking her how it happened, she said she have a friend of similar age, but live behind the accused. So she, instead of walk around the other road, she walked through the accused yard and jumped the fence to
Yeah.
go to her friend. She said one particular night, she do the shortcut, and when she passed in the dark alongside the house of the accused, he hold on for her and as a long time I watch her and pull her against the wall. So the prosecutor left on the floor. So the prosecutor said, what happened? Him hold me and him have sex with me standing up against the wall. That's the gist. It's a cousin stand up. I'm his cousin. Say, all right. We're going to use the same testimony, but we're going to break it up. The prosecutor have no obligation to clarify anything and break down anything. If you know if the lawyer weak, kudos to me.
Right.
If the defense lawyer weak, but the defense lawyer have a duty now, although he's a legal, he might use all them wit and experience. Give Mr. Cousin now. So go back to the night of the incident. You saw when him pull it to you, right? Yes. Him put you up against the wall. Yes. What him do after? Him take out him penis. So why not take out him penis? What you were you with? Why you never run? If matter him, him use one hand and wall. One of my hand. So which hand him wall? Him use him left hand and wall my right hand. So and him use feet and I take out him penis. Yes. So, but him have sex with you standing, can you put him to she said no, she's using other hand and lift up her left foot. Him use him right and I will from left foot. So she said, why do you do that? So which hand him use and take out him penis? She said, go home again, what you say? Why them I take out him penis in wall, one of your hand, one of your foot, and using other hand and take out him penis? You know, so the court mash up, word up. Court mash up. Harder. Attorney, I like cousin presented 3 hands,
Our octopus this?
And the little girl, I said, yes. I said, she naive her, she confuse her, and
Wait, how old is she?
12.
12, okay.
So, him said, stand up, Mr. Cousin. Mr. Cousin said, stand up. Accused.
The defendant.
Well, I'm on the bench back.
Shit.
So this, are you telling the court to believe you that this man was old and feeble? What you are doing now, I can't do it. This man has similar age and I can't do that. I am sure that he can't do it either.
Because, I stand up,
He say, you are 12, have more strength than us as an individual. For an individual, I'm telling you that. Him, my client, cannot do what you're telling him. Holding one hand and holding up foot and doing all kind of something. You supposed to slip out him and run gun and ball rape. Oh, no, lie. But him hand never hold her foot. Him left hand never hold her right hand. Him left hand hold over her mouth. Sorry. Left hand hold her over her mouth. Yeah.
Okay.
Right hand lift up our left foot and then use the other hand and take out him penis and insert it in her.
And third hand.
Yeah. So while I'm push it in there with him hand, our foot was held up and our mouth was covered.
Okay. So she couldn't scream.
Couldn't scream and she couldn't resist because our foot be up in the ear, giving access, and he might use him other hand up force it in because remember such a virgin. So all of our word that down for this 80-year-old man. Is a virgin right now?
Yes. May I say him ski?
You know what was the case even further? Police call the judge, the court, the, um,
So wait,
the
wait,
law.
wait. So before you go and mention that, you know. So what Mr. Cousin did, you know, was create
Yeah, no
reason.
reason. Reasonable doubt, I should say. Reasonable doubt. Showing that was all.
Yeah.
Right? But what make all that unnecessary? Cousin call the investigating police.
Wait, so hold on. The prosecutor did not call him, cousin call him, or the cousin re-examine him.
Probably I may remember it as call him
Okay.
because him have information what him want from him when the prosecutor don't want the court to know.
Also prosecution never call him then.
I call him, what was that information? Little girl have a taxi man in another photo down the hall.
Yeah,
When
the
the
tax
mother
in our next courtroom down the hall. In a
another
different case.
another case here I mentioned.
No for real. For real?
While this I try the other one I mentioned.
Oh, for real?
With the same little girl. You know what happened?
Wait, I'm confused. So two men
No,
are being charged for the same crime?
no. Similar crime, not the same incident.
Oh, so 2 times she get raped.
Right. Here one now. Subsequent to she calling out the old man there, the mother get more information now. I guess from the whistleblower eventually come and say, man, taxi man, I pick her up. Man, taxi man. That time cousin I get prosecuted already and charged and I mentioned already a few case. I got through the system already. The taxi man come. So the mother told the police and the police investigated him and pick him up to answer. You know what eventually is the case? She in love with the taxi man and call the old man name.
Yeah. Call if he taxi man.
You know Justice Clark?
Yeah, man.
Team case. Justice now. I'm up there, him there right behind them, in each.
Yeah, him up there, yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, all three men are no longer with us. Justice Clark, cousin, and the defendant. The man said, I'm gonna let you go. You know? He instruct the jury. You know, he instruct the jury to find the person.
Right, fair.
The merit of the case. But something Justice Clark attacked me. He said, while you're innocent on this, I have a strong feeling that the name will call if you don't like a bit.
Yeah.
Did you call the name? Because it's believable based on how you're behaving in the community. Yeah, I was a car to look at them and a smile with them and them up there. One touch off of them and them up.
Yeah.
Hear my warning. If you don't want to see my photos before you're dead.
I mean, and Justice Clark is a
Straightforward.
straightforward brother.
Yeah, man. Leave little pitting them alone. Sit down and serve a God and wait for your number to call.
You know, so I'm right. Because if the man if the government knows that's why I'm stay. Shouldn't call it. If he was a respectable old man, but keep himself, she wouldn't call it.
You come into that channel.
Everybody say, no, it will lie. Not Mr. John.
But he say, you know what? I don't think he do it, but me not put it past him. Because I owe him behave.
Yeah.
That them say. Yeah, man.
So,
I saw him get saved. I might tell you,
Any idea what the tax man?
No. But I say all of that to say the court-appointed lawyer, Mr. Cousin, showed his work. He never does beyond that through the case,
Yeah.
aimless, not
Which
giving
is
thought to the case and working it to his best of his ability.
a lot
He
of
showed that there's good court-appointed lawyers, in the system where you can win. If you're innocent, you can win.
I know,
The
sir.
most fine case.
There are a lot of there are a number of law firms in
That
Jamaica
does that.
who also do pro bono.
Yeah.
But
Especially them young lawyers, them probably make them what them put.
right, yeah. But I heard somewhere that you're looking to amend the plea bargain. Is that true? Have you heard anything?
The only amendment we know to where make any mention is not plea bargain is the right for the prosecutor to appeal. Because presently the appeal only goes to defense.
Right.
So, and that there's a law that says double jeopardy. You can't try the person twice for the same crime.
Right.
However, there are countries, I can't tell you how many countries, there are countries who have allowed, if on certain cases, and a certain technicalities, if prosecutor can prove to the court, the Supreme Court, that in the lower court, obvious errors were made in judgment and this and that and that, and the person was deemed innocent due to these things that are now coming to light. It's only fair for this person to fear for the name of justice that this case is retried. Or appeal. I should say appeal to the Supreme Court and the Supreme Court a second body.
Does it matter what legal system it is? Because there are different types of legal systems in the world. There are 3 types.
No,
you have common, you have civil law.
You can adapt. This is the DPP making the case, that in criminal cases, she wants to try to appeal for criminal cases. And she points out where it exists and where, in a fair case.
She named countries.
Yeah. And she also said work. She also said work. But we can't see the argument, because just like you can.
Yeah, but which countries though?
No. This is some time ago. But that's the only amendment we can recall. The only amendment we recall. Plea bargain would have been, if there's an amendment to plea bargain, would be to strengthen it. I think that would have been a big enough news item. To implement it is more a news item than to strengthen it. But I don't know nothing about any amendment to that.
I mean, I am just curious to know which country she's using to back her arguments.
That allows prosecutor the right to appeal.
Yes. Well, no, not to appeal. Well, to
appeal.
Try a man after double jeopardy.
Appeal, she said.
Appeal. That's, well then, okay. The US does allow that. You know, the US does allow prosecution to appeal sentencing or
after not guilty verdict.
yeah.
And
I think
that
UK.
that the appeal process is not considered a retrial.
Well, it depends on. They're not gonna try the entire case. They would probably argue certain points of the case.
Technicalities of the case.
Yeah, certain technicalities of the case. So, you know, they might argue on the length of sentence.
Yeah.
Or certain arguments to
Something that was submitted in court.
right.
That's allowed.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be the entire
but
case we try.
But in the real, I know that are the technicalities of the difference between a trial in one court, one level to the appeal in another. But when you look on it, reviewing aspect of the trial is that retrying aspect of the trial. And technically it's not, but public our layman of view would be that you retry it because you come up with a different verdict in the end.
Well, yes, layman term. People look at it that way, but people don't really understand the law and how it works. You know, but I could have swear I heard somewhere where
have something to do with
amend. Yeah, here it says this is from the Minister of Justice, Government Jamaica. Let me see what this is dated. There's a date on it. It says Plea Bargaining Act to be amended. But it doesn't give a date at all.
It's fairly new now. So if you amend it, it must more likely be something recent.
So Justice Minister Honorable Delroy Chuck says that changes are to be made to the Criminal Justice Plea Negotiation and Agreement Act in order to make the legislation more effective and speed up the pace of which justice is delivered to Jamaicans. The act, which was introduced in 2006 and amended in 2010, allows persons accused of crimes to plead guilty and give testimony or information in return for a reduced penalty.
I wonder if you have got the same place or me.
Wait, well, when did Ian Boyne died?
About 5 years.
Because it says, so now this will date, or more or less date the interview then, because it says, speaking in a recent JIS Issues and Answers interview with Ian Boyne, Minister Chuck explained that the amendment will, among other things, allow for the defense counsel to be a part of the plea bargaining process and to negotiate with the prosecutor and judge regarding the sentence to be imposed.
So that's implemented already.
Yes. So the act has been amended twice since it was introduced in 2006, I guess.
Yeah. And it needs to amend again to
hold
the judge to the plea.
Now, let me ask you a question. Do you think, and I don't think there's any correlation at all with the increase in crime and people thinking that the judicial system is now soft on crime?
No.
I've heard this say, oh, the plea bargaining is not a deterrent.
Well,
and the criminals are feared the judicial system no more because them have no more hanging or they have this plea bargaining and so people are trying to say it's in relation to the increase in crime.
Um, the
But
numbers,
that can't be true.
the numbers has been this way for a very, very long
Right. The
time.
numbers have been going up for years. For
Yeah,
years.
so you know,
Even with the
yeah,
death penalty in place, crime has been rising.
it's always been, and it about 1,600 that figure to predict annually. So before 2006, we had this problem.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Even
so
even before Indicom and the bad man police them,
we,
it's, it
we,
was
we fight crime with eradication squad, acid,
I said
all kind of stuff we set up. And in our fire with fire. Fire with fire. Um, so we say, we could try use intelligence and smarts and debugging is one of them are showing because we can't ask the police to do the work and the man them can't get sentenced because the system plug up. So I don't think say plea bargain must be used as a first go, but it is an option that the people can use to even clear off the backlog. When the backlog is clear, I don't think it's a go-to as regular as it is now. You understand what I say? When the backlog clear, you have less reason to entertain people. Strong.
yeah. I mean, and sometimes plea bargaining are used to sentence a more prominent criminal, like a Teshabila. Despite the fact that a known criminal got a lesser sentence because he gave evidence against Tasha Miller. But that happens again in most countries.
Yeah.
You
It's
want
not only pleading guilty, but give me something from the leader.
right. You want a lesser sentence? Okay, we have to offer. And this happened, I mean, with what's the name? Gardner case, the lady that is shot in the church.
Yeah.
The driver named names and gave evidence and got a sentence. The man in Portland, the businessman in Portland,
Yeah. Salty.
Sauti, one of the guys turned state witness or crown witness
Yeah.
for a lighter sentence. It's the norm. It's not some trickery. The justice system is not being weak. The justice system is just playing with the hands that they were dealt.
So you have two choices. Don't have it, clock up the system, can't get the brain behind the whole operation, or give some people latitude of getting a lesser sentence so that we can get to the root of some of the problems that we're having. Our choice. I think the court is embarking a route that will benefit us in the long run. If odds and ends are on deck, it eventually we'll see it. History will prove us right in going this direction. And that we just give it time. It never happen overnight. Time will prove that we're on the right track with this plea bargaining system.
This plea bargain system would work wonderfully if the penal system needs to be fixed for this to really work. And I say this because there are men behind bars who are still giving orders, who are still running certain areas. They're still receiving contraband. And contraband doesn't just include marijuana. It can include a cell phone and other devices.
But guess what? Me see police I get charged. Me see warden I get
But they
charged.
get
So
charged.
things are happening.
Things are happening, but I think it needs to happen on a wider scale, because it's you see prisoner having session,
Yeah.
in
All
jail,
right.
all white.
NS's
We spoke about this before, you know,
previous
so
early.
if the plea bargaining system is gonna work effectively,
Everything after the work.
everything have to work.
Yeah.
Everything have to line up properly. And they need time. They need time to put certain things in place, or certain procedures in place, and weed out or get rid of the bad weed, so to speak. 'Cause you can't turn over the entire warden system.
Or the
That's not
police.
possible.
That-
Or the police, or the civil service, so to speak. And it takes time. But it's important that people understand the judicial system and stop. I mean, listen, information is out there now. Educate yourself, man.
I would urge us all to use the tool of internet in a more
Positive.
effective and positive way. That's it. That's my last word, because guess
Yes.
what? They're on 3%.
Oh, shit. Because a lot of time people read the news and right away they start to pass judgment without getting the full story behind it. Anyway, people,
Bandwagon
thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.
Yeah. And don't forget to press the notification bell for the dropping of our content. And comment, man. Tell us what you don't want to talk about.
Yeah. Give us some topics to discuss as well.
Yeah, man.
Let's
Let us-
engage.
After watching the video, let's chat. And again, thanks. Have a good night.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, boss.
Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share our videos. And don't forget to comment.
And hit that notification bell.
This has been another episode of Teach and the Prof.